Right, hey you guys, it's obviously me, Damien again. Yeah, this is a bit different to the videos I usually do. I've only done like, I don't know, a few on my YouTube. But I was going through Facebook and like I always watch the social experiments thing, just because, well, it's fun to see what different people think about the same subject. And one of them that I came across was people's views on breastfeeding in public. Now they got a model to sit on a bench and like she had pretty much all her tits showing. And people just walked past, just stared at her. One guy spoke to her, but that was purely just to try and hit on her. And then they got another person to sit on the same bench, but obviously breastfeeding. And pretty much all she got was, do you have to do this in public? What, that's disgusting. It's not right, you shouldn't be doing it in open. Yeah. Basically just usual shit like that. And then, 1 minute. And then another one, they got the woman who was breastfeeding and the model sit next to each other. And obviously one of the guys who was doing the social, who was conducting it, was standing next to him. And people were still walking past, staring at the model, and just giving like a dirty look to the mum breastfeeding. A few people stopped, and all they said was like, "Do you have to do this in public? It's disgusting. I don't want to see that when I walk around the streets." Yeah, the usual shit like that. And yet, then the guy who was conducting said, "Well, why is this disgusting and why isn't that?" And it was like, in the video, the woman who was breastfeeding had the baby covered, and you couldn't see a single fucking thing. Nothing. It just the appearance of breastfeeding. That was it. But no, apparently that's disgusting. But someone who sits there with pretty much their tits hanging out, that's fine. One guy would question, the guy who was conducting it kept questioning anyone that came along and said something. One guy came up to him and said, like, "Do you have to do that? It's disgusting. I don't want to see it." La di da di da, usual shit. And the guy goes, "Well, why is that disgusting and not this?" And he's just like, "Well, it offends me." It's like, how the fuck can a mum feeding a baby offend anyone? Now, this is just my opinion. You guys can have your own views. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, of the situation. Like if you're walking down the street and you see someone breastfeeding, what's your views? I'm just putting mine out there, and to be honest, if you don't like it, leave the comments and I'll reply as often as I can. But no. So yeah, it just kind of annoyed me a bit. I don't see what the big old problem is, and it gave me an idea for another social experiment. Like like most people guarantee you, if a random woman who was like, I don't know, dressed in, well, looking scraggy basically, came up and like offered to wash your car, and like had a bucket, had a sponge, and offered to wash your car for free. Most people would probably turn her away because, oh, she looks horrible, she looks homeless, la di da di da, all that shit. You can guarantee if you get like a woman in a bikini offer the same thing, people will go, yeah, sure, go for it. And if it's a bloke, they'll probably stand and watch. But that's just a guy thing. But again, it just pisses me off with the fact of, like, so, model sitting there with her tits hanging out is fine. That's socially acceptable, and no one's got a problem with that. But near enough everyone had a problem with a mum breastfeeding her baby. For those people who've got a problem with it, I just want to ask you one thing. Say it's the mother of your baby. You're walking around and there's nowhere that you can go to be in private. to feed the baby and the baby's kicking and screaming and creating a real fuss, the only place you can go is a bench. So you go sit there. Now bear in mind that you think that the idea is disgusting, you don't like it, you don't want to be seeing it when you're walking around. How are you going to feel if someone comes up to you, your missus or your girlfriend or whatever, and tells her to stop because they think it's disgusting, they think it offends them, and the usual shit? How are you going to feel then? You're going to still think it's disgusting? You're going to tell your missus to stop feeding your own child? Or are you actually going to say, well, sorry, my kid's hungry? That'll be funny. I'm a dad of 2. And if, like, yeah, they were breastfed to start with. And if anyone ever came up, when they did, came up saying that it's disgusting, or if someone was giving a sideways glance, it's just like, sorry, would you prefer I let my child starve? Would you prefer that I just let them kick and scream and everything? I'm sorry, but in a way, A, it's none of your bloody business. And B, a mother should feel free to feed their child as and when and where, without society looking down on them like, oh dear, they've got the tit out, they're feeding the baby, oh no. So what? Deal with it. For fuck's sake. Nature, for Christ's sake. Seriously? But yeah, anyway. Like I said, leave your comments on the subject in, obviously, comment section below. Let me know what you think on the subject. And also, if there's anything else that bugs you, like similar to what I've just been talking about, or if anything else in general, then write it down and I'll try and do a video about it. Alright? Sayonara.